Assalamualaikum. Today I will teach you how to make a budget tracker that will able to track your budgets and to also see how much you spend on each category. So first of all, you have to launch your Microsoft Excel and click on the blank workbook. Now you can start typing in the details like date, category, description, and your type, then amount, and last but not least is balance. Now you click on the B column and go to data and select data validation, and then you select list and you type in your category. This can be whatever you want. For me, I want to put in transportation, foods, others, income, and funds. As you can see now, when we select the B column, we can now put in our values in the Dropbox menu. Next, we go to type to do the exact same thing. And again, we select list, but this time this is going to be fixed. We are only going to put in income or expenses. All right, now we are going to type in our data. So we start with our dates, and then our category. For the first transaction, this would be our starting balance. And now we are going to select our type of transactions. And we are going to enter the amount. But for the amount, we don't want this to be in general form. So you want to select the E column and go to home and go to general and change it to currency. If you have not found your desired currency, you can now select the currency again and go to more accounting formats, and here you can find your desired currency. We will now do the same thing for the F column. Now you can start filling in your data, but first I want to change the size of my column to tidy things up. And here I notice a problem, so I want to fix the problem. Let's go to the B column, data and data validation, and let's change the foods transportation and change the middle to a comma so that the foods and transportation will be separated. Now I have done filling in my data. As you can see, both my E and F column are in currency form, and I have selected for each type, for income and expenses, and I also have for each category. And now we will calculate our balance. We will use the if function. So type in if and select the D3 cells equals to income, and the value if true will be calculated if our D3 cells is income. So the value if true is F2 plus E3, and the value if false is F2 minus E3. This means that when the type column is income, our balance will be added with the amount, but if it is expenses, our balance will be minus with the amount. We now want to copy this formula for the whole F column, so Ctrl C on F3 cells, select the F column, now hold the Ctrl key down and unselect the first two columns, and then you hit Ctrl V. As you can see, when I scroll down, the value is calculated for the whole F column, so you don't have to drag the formula down every time you run out of columns. Next, we want to identify how much we spend on each category. So type in the word category and list down each category. So we are going to use the SUMIF functions. So for our range, select the B column, and for our criteria, we're gonna type in income, and for our sum range, we're gonna select the E column, and there you go. But now I notice a bit of a redundancy in income, because our type is also income and our category is also income, so I want to change it. So let's go to data and go to data validation, and I want to change it to debit and credit. Debit is plus for our balance and credit is minus our balance. Because we changed that, we also have to change things that are affected by it. For example, our if formula, we must change the income into debit. Once we have changed the income into debit, we need to do the same thing again, where we need to copy it to the whole F column except the first two rows. Now let's continue our category table. So just drag down the formula. You should get 1000 for every value because it is counting for income. So let's change the criteria to the desired category. This is going to be foods. So let's change it to foods, and it will show you the amount of money you spend on foods on your budget tracker. Now we have done for all the category. And now we are done with our budget tracker. You can start filling in your budget, how much you spend or how much you get for every day, and you can also identify how much you are spending on each category. That's it from me. Thank you for watching.